A consensus is emerging that Canada's weak economic growth and low productivity constitute a national crisis. It is hard to avoid that conclusion when real GDP growth in the last decade has been the slowest since the 1930s. As population growth surged, real GDP per capita slumped to levels last seen in 2014. Bank of Canada Deputy Governor Caroline Rogers recently called Canada's lagging productivity, quote, an emergency. It's time to break the glass. Concern about our flagging growth is not new. A Senate committee warned in 2018 Canada is falling behind. Former cabinet ministers Lisa Raitt and Anne McClellan in 2023 formed the bipartisan Coalition for a Better Future to lobby for stronger economic growth. Based on current trends, the OECD predicts Canada's growth over the next quarter century will be the slowest in the region. While faltering growth is widely lamented, the diagnosis of its causes often is off base. The interaction of three variables determines growth: the supply of labor, the stock of capital, and the efficiency with which they are combined, what is called total or multi-factor productivity. Canada has relied too much on raising labor inputs. Raising labor inputs in the absence of more investment in productivity likely contributed to lower GDP per capita. Business investment has fallen 21% since 2014, inevitably lowering productivity. Rogers pinpointed weak investment as the main source of Canada's poor productivity. The U.S. demonstrates high investment and productivity are achievable in a society that rewards risk-taking and encourages disruptive innovations. U.S. business investment surged 33% since 2014, the same period over which it fell 21% in Canada. Optimism about the potential productivity benefits of artificial intelligence has sent the U.S. stock market soaring on increased confidence that higher productivity can simultaneously boost growth while slowing inflation. Lagging growth in Canada is a national crisis. As our incomes fall behind the U.S., the temptation increases for our most productive and ambitious people to emigrate. The late Michael Bliss, Canada's leading historian of business, warned, quote, the one sure prescription for the eventual failure of the Canadian experiment in nationality would be to create an ever-widening gap in standards of living between the two North American democracies. Avoiding this outcome should be our national priority. One solution is to encourage, not restrain, the development of our natural resource sector, which is by far Canada's leader in investment and productivity.